Hello fellow mutants, welcome back to another video, and in this video we're going to talk about how, apparently we're getting Mass Effect 4, right? Which, I'm not complaining, because I really enjoy the Mass Effect trilogy. In fact, you guys can watch my playthroughs of Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 on this channel, if you guys want to. I even have playlists. So, to make it easier for you guys, if you want to, binge watch them, right? So we're getting Mass Effect 4. Again, I'm not complaining. I really enjoyed the 3 games I played. I know there's technically a 4th one called Andromeda I've yet to play. I've heard that's like weak and dumb, and people have strongly recommended me not playing it because it's like apparently a disappointment. But we're getting a legit Mass Effect 4, like a 4th entry, not a spin-off, but a 4th film. I mean, a 4th movie. So let's see what this article says about Mass Effect 4, the case for and against Cerberus being the main antagonist. I feel like Cerberus was kind of like one of the main antagonists in Mass Effect 3, personally. If you guys feel differently, let me know. But that's how I feel. Anyways, let's keep this going, shall we? So, there is virtually no information about Mass Effect 4 other than the fact that it is indeed in development. As in the case with most highly anticipated video game sequels, though, the lack of information has to stop fans from speculating about what might and might not appear in the continuation of one of BioWare's most beloved series. Gamers have wondered whether iconic Mass Effect ships will reappear, what feature will return, and when the game will take place. The key to all of the questions is the issue of the game story, and exactly what force players will be up against. For many fans of the franchise, Cerberus may be the obvious choice for the antagonist. Although Shepard and his crew were allied with Cerberus in Mass Effect 2, the human-first organization grew out of control in the 3rd game, eventually falling under the spell of the Reaper indoctrination. Helmed by the manipulative and paranoid Elusive Man, Cerberus exercised great power in the Mass Effect series, spending massive amount of resources in the mission for human dominance in the Milky Way. The bar is high for Mass Effect 4, and one can argue that BioWare reputation hinges on its success. So it will be crucial that it has an antagonist worthy of the franchise legacy. Cerberus might fit the bill, but it also fell flat as a villainous force. So why Cerberus would work as the central Mass Effect 4 antagonist? As previously mentioned, Cerberus is an extremely powerful and influential organization despite the controversy surrounding it. Thanks to the Elusive Man's sprawling network of information, spies Cerberus seems to have detailed knowledge of just about everything happening in the galaxy. Since Cerberus has never been the primary villain of any Mass Effect games, Mass Effect 4 could show exactly what it looks like to be its number one target. Cerberus famously brought Shepard back from the dead in Mass Effect 2 by developing advanced, expensive, restorative, and cybernetic technology through the Lazarus Project. The technology and the scientists behind it presumed to be dead, but the power to bring people back to life is something that shouldn't be thrown away so easily. In Mass Effect 4, Cerberus could rediscover this technology somehow and use it to bring others back from the dead. Perhaps with somewhat disastrous results. This is just one of the example of how their organization's risk backstory and considerable resources could create potential interesting narrative scenarios. And I don't know about you guys, but I would not be opposed to Cerberus being the main baddie of Mass Effect 4. I would actually welcome it. It'll be a sight of sore eyes for me. So, that said, let's keep going. Why Cerberus wouldn't work as the central Mass Effect 4 antagonist? So, there are certainly some interesting paths Bioware could take with Cerberus as the main villain, but there are also drawbacks to the decision as well. It looks like iconic Mass Effect 4 characters like Leora are making a return to Mass Effect 4, but it would be much more difficult to bring back the Elusive Man, who dies at the end of Mass Effect 3. Of course, another character could simply replace the Elusive Man as the head of Cerberus, and the Elusive Man was a major part of why the organization was so intriguing and menacing in the first place. His replacement would have some rather large shoes to fill, not just as the head of Cerberus, but as an antagonist in the greater Mass Effect canon. I feel like, too, whoever takes over for the Elusive Man, I feel like the Elusive Man is like a title, of course. Like, we don't know who the Elusive Man's real name was. Or, like, if we do know what the Elusive Man's real name is, I haven't figured it out. So if you guys figured it out, let me know. Or, like, at least send me a link in the description. The comment section. Because I would actually cover that as well. But at this very moment, I have no idea what the Elusive Man's real name is. So, like, the Elusive Man can be easily entitled, right? So someone new can be the Elusive Man. And maybe if the Elusive Man that we known from the Mass Effect 2 and 3, if we don't know his name, maybe this new Elusive Man doesn't really care if people know his name. And it says, only unless a select few people know his true identity. Well, the massive public doesn't know. If that makes sense. I don't know. Just a thought. Whether it's a good idea or bad idea, it's just a thought. Anywho. Cerberus could bring back the Elusive Man via the aforementioned Lazarus Pit, but that speaks to an even larger issue related to bring Cerberus back. Bioware could be seen as retreading old grounds by reviving this character and group, something it has to be contend with even if it brings back Shepard for Mass Effect 4. The franchise may benefit more from introducing a new antagonist altogether. Bioware has quite a bit of writing on Mass Effect. Bioware has quite a bit of on. I can read. I promise you guys that. Bioware has quite a bit riding on Mass Effect 4. While the studio recovered a lot of goodwill with Mass Effect Legendary Edition, gamers haven't forgot about Mass Effect Andromeda or Anthem, or Mass Effect. So Mass Effect 4 needs to remind audiences what made older Bioware games so beloved. Bringing back Cerberus could help to revive the love that fans have for Mass Effect, or it could wind up being tired and underwhelming. Mass Effect 4 is in development, and I gotta say, again, I never played Andromeda or Anthem, which... Are they the same game, or are they two separate games? Because I haven't played Mass Effect Andromeda or Anthem. So I wouldn't know how, bad they are. I still have like the pleasant memories of Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. And I'd say based off my experience with the Mass Effect trilogy, when I first played it, and then, of course, recently when I streamed it on this channel, I'll be okay with them returning with the fourth game, right? And I'll be okay with them, like, bring back Cerberus, but maybe have, like, someone else take the mantle of the elusive man. Don't bring him back, because I don't think it would be a good idea for bringing back the elusive man. They already brought back someone major once in the Mass Effect trilogy, Shepard. Great. That was unexpected. That was good. Same trick probably would not work twice. It probably would look cheap if they do it the second time. So don't bring back the elusive man. Have someone else become the new elusive man, like take on the new mantle. I wouldn't mind Cerberus being the main antagonist of Mass Effect 4. If they do it right with space info of Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, I have faith that they'll do it right. Having Cerberus as the main baddie of the Mass Effect 4 could be very beneficial. Very beneficial. And just like the Mass Effect trilogy, which I believe came out in 2012, if I remember correctly. Okay, I was wrong. It came out in 2007, so it's a little bit over a decade old. And by the time Mass Effect 4 comes out, it probably would be 2 decades old. So a game series that started in 2007 still has a crap ton of love. Got a remastered not too long ago, a few years ago, in 2020? Speaks volumes. Just shows just how strong the fan base is for Mass Effect, how good the story of the trilogy was. And so if the people behind whoever specifically made Mass Effect the trilogy is coming back for a Mass Effect 4, I don't think it would be hard for them to remind fans. Yeah, you guys remember why you guys fell in love with Mass Effect 4? I mean the Mass Effect series. Yeah, let's show you. It's gonna be that hard. It's gonna be that hard. Sure, they had a bad apple with Andromeda, Ancestors, or Anthem, whatever the spinoff was called. But it shouldn't be that hard for them to say, essentially remind fans of why we fell in love with the Mass Effect trilogy. Or the Mass Effect franchise in general. So, with that said, what do you beautiful people have to say? Let me know in the comment section down below. And I'll try to, talk more about Mass Effect in the future too, because I really love it. And playing the Legendary Edition just re-sparked my love and interest for the series. So, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Kind of one other. I will talk to you if I meet you later. Later, taters.